But first, we start 12 News at 10 o'clock with breaking news. A restaurant going up in flames in Phoenix. Take a look at this video from our photographer. This happened at the Eat Up restaurant at 40th Street and Indian School just a few hours ago.
Some people that were eating at the restaurant next to the eatery here noticed smoke coming out of the attic space of the restaurant. They called 911. Firefighters arrived on scene and they found a working fire in the hood and attic space of this restaurant behind me. When they arrived on scene, there were flames that were showing.
And everyone who was in the restaurant, we're told, was able to make it out safely. Developing right now, a deadly crash shut down State Route 74 northwest of the valley. We're told that DPS is currently investigating a crash involving 4 vehicles and that 1 person has died as a result of the accident. Right now, avoid SR 74 in both directions at milepost 4 in particular, which is just east of Morristown. No word on when it's expected to reopen. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Rachel Cole. An amazing rescue caught on camera. Volunteers working together and were able to reunite a mama horse with her baby. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra has the story for us.
A terrifying situation unfolded in the middle of the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest.
Got a red alert. Mare is drowning in the mud.
This mare and her foal trapped inside of a mud pit near Decker Wash. A group of 7 strangers, including Heber wild horse advocate Betty Nixon, quickly jumped into action.
He just stripped down and went into the mud up to his knees to always put the rope around the horse.
Nixon says the group was able to free the foal quickly, but it took over an hour to free its mother.
Our goal was just to get her hopefully close enough to the edge out of the deep mud where she could get her footing and get up.
Eventually, they were able to move a log out of the way and pull the horse to safety.
We got her out, and that was the great thing.
Nixon says this unfolded near a dirt water tank where the Heber wild horses and other wildlife drink from.
We didn't have a lot of rain last year. We had almost nothing in the way of snow or moisture this year. We had a little bit, but not hardly enough to keep the dirt water tanks full.
Lately, she's been monitoring the area, worried an animal would get stuck.
When the water tanks go dry, they do get very, very muddy, and it's a very dangerous situation for all of the wildlife in the forest.
Nixon is happy this mare and her foal got a happy ending.
They're exhausted, bedraggled, but they're doing okay.
And those 7 strangers now have an amazing story to share.
One of the people in the group had said, that we had come together as strangers, but we left as friends, and I thought that was very appropriate.
In Heber, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Gabby, thank you. Phoenix police telling us a man died following an overnight shooting in central Phoenix. It happened just after midnight near 2nd Street in McKinley. That man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later died of his injuries. Anyone with information should call Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS. Any tip that leads to an arrest in the case will be eligible for a $2,000 reward. And a deadly overnight crash in Panal County has led to serious charges for a 24-year-old woman. The 2-car crash happened around 1:45 this morning at Schnepp Road in Combs. Deputies say the driver of a Nissan Sentra died at the hospital from her injuries. Investigators do believe alcohol was a factor in that crash. The driver of the 2nd car now facing charges of manslaughter, DUI, aggravated assault, and endangerment. The road has since reopened while that investigation continues. Today, state and city leaders coming together with our community to recognize Holocaust Remembrance Day. The event taking place this evening at Symphony Hall. Those in attendance heard from Holocaust survivors and had the opportunity to see a procession of Holocaust survivors as well, light candles in their honor, and enjoy music from the Phoenix Symphony.
Incredibly important to teach the next generation about this so that they will learn to be upstanders so that it would hopefully never happen again.
Our community is always welcome to learn more at the Arizona Jewish Historical Society, where facility leaders shed light on a dark place in our history, thinking about the 6 million Jewish people killed. Phoenix police tell us an adult merchandise store in the valley became the target of an overnight burglary. Fascinations at 32nd Street in Bell had its windows broken earlier this morning. That incident happening around 4 o'clock. Officers say several pieces of merchandise were taken from that store. Well, check out this video from over the weekend of a speedboat simply out of control. Look at that. Ended up flipping on Lake Havasu during the Desert Storm shootout Saturday. We have reached out to the Mojave County Sheriff's Office to learn details about any injuries for anybody on board. When we have more information and details, we will send those along. In the East Valley, Superstition Fire helping out to put out these flames. Take a look here. This is all happening in Apache Junction near Apache Trail and Saguaro Drive. It started with just the mobile home fire, and we're told it quickly spread to that RV and car nearby. Fortunately, crews were able to put it out and nobody was hurt, but the cause is still under investigation. We're learning more about a story that we first told you about last night. Two teenagers are safe and made it to their senior prom after escaping a house fire near Brown and Greenfield roads. The teens shared this picture with us from the dance just hours after that fire started. They told us they heard a window break and then the fire alarms going off just before noon. Jordan Scollard, who you see there, the teen who lived there, went to investigate, saw the thick black smoke coming into his home. He got his girlfriend out of the house and then went back in to save his two dogs. He initially had trouble finding the animals, but firefighters were able to help rescue the pets. And while Scollard was inside the house, he made sure to grab one very important thing for prom, his tux.
I broke my window open. Bella wasn't in there, I'm assuming because I broke the window. And I jumped in there and saw the suit. I was like, all right, well, I guess since I'm in here, I might as well just grab that. So I grabbed it and then we got up.
Still got to go to prom.
Yeah.
So pretty happy about that.
Yeah, they were playing good music.
Yeah.
Surprising.
It was a lot of fun dancing basically the entire time.
My goodness, certainly in good spirits, all things considered. Scollard said he had to go to the hospital to get checked out, but is doing okay. A man had to be rescued while hiking in the Northeast Valley. It happened after he fell while hiking earlier today on Tom's Thumb, about a mile up the trail. Crews worked to bring the hiker down. No word on the extent of his injuries, but the Scottsdale Fire Department says when hiking, of course, hydrate the night before, bring a fully charged cell phone, and make sure you're wearing sturdy hiking boots.